Well, man. It's almost time. It's almost time. It's almost time, man. Yep, it's almost time, man. $6:10 in the morning, man. What y'all got going on? If you sleep, stay asleep. I need the ones that's up. Let's go, man. Let me be the alarm clock. Let's go. Here we go, man. Here we go. I already told y'all can't fuck with me. Y'all gonna be asleep while I'm up. It's a whole nother time zone what I'm on. I already know y'all still gonna be asleep when I get up. But that's a good look, though. Let me know y'all don't sleep with them phones next to you. Well, that shit can become addicted. And that's real. Yep. Real spill, man. Real spill, man. See what we got going on this morning, man. Some of us up, some of us still asleep. But however, it's all good though, man. It's good in the hood, man. It's all good. If you up, you up. If you sleep, you sleep. But I tell you what, I told y'all yesterday, man, I'm gonna be up. This is just what I do. It's just what I do, man. 6:11 in the morning. God damn, man, go ahead on, Jeremy, man. Old Black Rifle. Ain't no doubt. I'm gonna drink Black Rifle every morning, man. You know, it used to be a time where I drunk state. I ain't gotta do that shit no more. That state shit out the window. Hey, y'all got a Black Rifle down there? Y'all got a Black Rifle coffee shop down there, wherever you at? Don't too many people know about that Black Rifle, man. You know, they gonna tap in with that Starbucks shit and Folgers and all that shit right there, man. I'm gonna drink Black Rifle, man. And I'm gonna get the shit in the bean where I can put it in the grinder, you know. Tastes better like that, man. You ain't hunting this morning, Jeremy? I'm gonna wait for a few more people to get in here, man. I'm gonna get his word of the day, man, that I'm gonna exit stage left, man. Cause shit, I got somewhere to be, man. Can't get no check sitting in this motherfucker. Here we go again with this post shit. We po. Nah, we po. Man, look, man, look. I ain't know where in the world you been working at TDC that long and still talking about you pro. You ain't pro, man. What's up, Southwest, man? I'm just finna get this word of the day, man. You know, to let people know, man, shit is gonna be all right, man. Cause if I can do it, they can do it, man. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna try to live by a no excuse policy, man. That's how we gonna operate this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Yep. But I like to come on here early in the morning, man, because guess what? I ain't got to hear too much bullshit, man. And then, and then your mind can process a lot more when you first get up, man. But when you go throughout that day, it's like a computer. Sometimes that shit overloads, man. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this. I'm looking for the Astro fans, man. I'm looking for the Astro fans. That's the ones I'm waiting to come on in the house, man. Like I said, it's Texas on mine. Whether it's Houston, Texas, or Texas, somebody gonna represent that World Series. But last night, the Rangers showed up. The Rangers showed up, man. What's good, man? Oh, you gotta go to VA this morning? Well, shit, get your ass on over there. You know what you gotta do. Ain't no doubt. It's all good on my end, Oklahoma. Ain't no doubt. Oh yeah, man. Me and Press are good, man. Look, man. You know, we good, man. I already told you, I ain't got no beef with nobody, man. I ain't got no ops. I ain't got none of that shit, man. Me and Press are good, man. It's all good, man. You know, sometimes grown men have, you know, differences, man. You know, he made a move, I made a move. But you guess what? Can't hold on to that shit, man. Cause resentment kills the mind, man. Can't hold on to that shit, man, you know. And I wasn't never mad at nobody anyway. If you always notice, I ain't never said shit bad about nobody. It's always saying some shit bad about me, which I'm cool with. I ain't tripping. You know, don't make me the good guy and the other person the bad guy. It's just that guess what? Oh shit, he told the way he feels, and that's the way he feels. I can't knock that shit, you know? Cause sometimes I feel that type of way. I just don't say the shit because I know it don't mean that much to me. You know what I'm saying? But not at no time was I even attempt to impose no motherfucking harm on him physically. I don't fuck around like that. That shit's stupid. I don't do that, man. So shout out to Person, man. Shout out to OG Person, man. Still all right with me, man. But you know, we moved past that shit, man. Real spill. So, hey, Jeremy, yeah, you gotta get on down up to that VA, man. That motherfucker probably open up by 8 o'clock this morning. Yeah. I'm just getting a shout out to them Texas Rangers, man, for winning that game 1. I don't know what's gonna happen game 2. But I know the Astros gonna stand up too. They ain't gonna take that shit laying down. So man, anybody went with the Astros last night? It was somebody on here when I was on here last night. They was telling me about the Astros. Oh man, that's what I'm saying. See, I always say that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. Because I put it like this here, man. The streets, the trenches, all that other shit, man. Number 2 things come with that, man. That's jail and debt. Believe me, I escaped the other one, which was debt, and I went to jail. So I understand, man, you know, when a motherfucker in the trenches and they trying to get it how they live, not understanding, man, that it's a better way, man. What's good, Bennett? You know what I'm saying? Like I say, man, you know what, to each his own, man. You know, I can't get no advice of people that don't want to seek advice, man. You know, it's just like trying to push your way of life on a person. And I'm gonna use this, man, like this here, man. You know, sometimes like it's kind of like when you were growing up, right? And people would always say, go to church, be a Christian this, be a Christian that, right? Well, I look at that in a way like this here. They trying to push their way of life and their belief on you, not knowing that you're only going to accept certain things when it's time for you to accept it, right? That's the same thing with the streets, man. That's why when I come on here, I always tell people, man, my spirit is different. You know, you got most people come on here and say, well, we trying to save the kids, right? Well, and ain't putting no knock on nobody, but I will say this, man, that I think sometimes when people say that, man, they don't understand the responsibility that they putting on themselves, right? And what I mean by the responsibility they putting on themselves is this here, is that it's a lot of troubled kids in the streets, man. A lot of them, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just speaking, I'm speaking from experience, because you got to understand this. I was once one of those kids that was in the streets, and I was fucked up. You know, and people did all they could to try to save me. But at the end of the day, I wasn't hearing it. You know, I felt like that it wasn't no job for me. It wasn't no work for me that was good enough for me to get the things I need. Why? Because when we're in that lane, we want more. And even when we get it, we want more. You know what I'm saying? But we don't have a motherfucking exit plan for when we get it. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like people in the streets now, man, that they got skills. What I mean by skills, I'm talking about hustling skills. You know, and I'm quite sure, man, I got 10 people in here. I'm quite sure, man, that y'all know people that's close to y'all or in the immediate circle, even on the outside, that's in the streets, right? Ain't shit wrong with being in the streets. I don't knock people for being in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Because shit is your life. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever you want to do with it. But I will say this, man, that when you get the money and you don't have an exit plan, you're going to give it back. Now, I don't know if that went over some people's head. So let me say it again. If you in the streets and you don't have an exit plan, when you get the money, it's a fact that you are going to give it back. And what I mean by giving it back is when you got to make that fucking bond, when you got to get that lawyer, and you got to do all those things, because all that shit coincide with each other. When you got to try to get your freedom back, you spend 5 or 6 years stacking this paper, and you can be in jail 5 or 6 months, and all that shit gone. All that shit gone. So everything you did in them 5 or 6 years to get that money, it took 5 or 6 months for that shit to leave your pocket. And they understand one thing, right? Just go to the email, Southwest. Send me an email, man. We'll hook it up, man. Like I tell people, man, you ain't even got to be in no motherfucking prison, man. If you got a story, man, you want to tell it, man, every story is worth telling, man. Whatever's on your fucking mind, whatever on your heart, holler at me, man. That's what the platform's for, man. I always tell people, this is the people's channel, man. This ain't no motherfucking prison channel. Jeremy on the channel. He working in the motherfucking prison. He tapping in every morning. So I just want people to get over that shit about this is the prison channel. No, this ain't no fucking prison channel. You just had guys that come on here that tell their story. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't been to prison. And as we speak, guess what? I don't wake up every morning and venture out into society and just hang out with a whole bunch of guys that been to prison. I don't do no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So like I tell you, man, you know, it's kind of like with me, man. I wake up every morning, I leave out my house, I go around productive people that can add value to the shit that I got going on. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm leaving out of my house and I'm going down the street and I'm hanging out with 7 people that done been locked up and we all on the same level, all we can do is talk, you know what I'm saying? All we can do is talk about shit in the day room. And I'm not knocking that. But what I'm saying is this. I need to be around people that can help me move from one end of the field to the next end of the field. I need to be around people that can help me move from one end of the field to the next. How I'm gonna do that? I have to be around people that have been free and been out here in the world. I can't do that shit with people that I've been locked up with, because all of us are not on the same level. Some people's mindset is still on hustling. Some people's mindset is still on doing shit that requires taking penitentiary chances. And I don't knock that. But for me, being locked up, that shit is over with. I put too much time in, man. Free time. In other words, I played myself out of pocket. That shit ain't gonna happen no more. So that's why I say what I say. I'm not in it trying to save nobody. You know what I'm saying? Give me a minute, man. I got the goddamn, I got my alarm going off. Hold on. All right, man, I'm back in this joint, man. Give me a one if you can hear me, man. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Give me a one in the chat if you can hear me, man. That's facts. So like I say, man, that's just my advice to people, man, that, feel like that they gotta be pressured to do some shit that they don't wanna do, man. So, like I was saying, man, y'all stay focused, man. This shit ain't hard, man. And, let's get back on the subject, man. When you hear people say, well, what about the kids, right? And like I always tell y'all, man, I don't knock nobody for saying that they putting in work or trying to do this for the kids and all that, right? But saving the kids start at home. That's where it starts at. The parent got to do what they got to do. See, that shit shouldn't even make it to me. It's just like being in school. When the principal's office, when they call you down there, if the people at home doing what they supposed to do, it shouldn't even make it to the principal's office. And that's just the way I live too, man. Yeah, I got a hell of a story, and I've been to in situations that, where somebody can listen and get some shit from it, right? But my story ain't guaranteed to do shit for nobody but me. Now, you can be inspired by it if that's what you choose to be. But my shit can't save nobody but me. You know what I'm saying? So I just think a whole lot of times when people saying they doing shit for the kids, I think they really doing the shit for themselves. That's just my spiel. And I think they doing shit for notoriety to trying to get a check mark by them. You know what I'm saying? What's good? What's good, Scott? I'm just giving that 6 o'clock spiel, man, before I head out. That's it, man. And I was interrupted a while ago, man, because my alarm was going off. But like I say, man, you know, doing anything for any kind of kids is a big inconvenience, man. It's an inconvenience even when you got your own kids. You know, you can be right in the middle of some shit and you get called on by your kids, right? That's an inconvenience. But you do it because it's your kids. But it's not an inconvenience when you're doing something for a whole group of kids. Why? Because you're not gonna be with them kids every day. So it's either like, you know, hey, let me drop these kids out here and I'm gonna move around. Who was supposed to be over at 4 a.m.? Yeah, you so right, man. Now here you is trying to dictate my schedule. You know what I'm saying? Just cause you up, you want me to be up, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm up, I'm here. I already told you at 6 o'clock I was gonna be here. I ain't said nothing about no 4 a.m., man. But like I say, man, the word of the day, man, is resistance. And what I mean by resistance, man, we in a world right now, man, where you gotta resist a lot of shit, man. It's a lot of distractions, and it's gonna be a lot of shit come your way, man. But you have to understand that, man, that in order to make it in any lane, man, you have to resist certain temptations, man. You know, and sometimes you can't do that. That shit is hard. You know, just take a look around. You might go to the grocery store and you got somebody goddamn me challenging you. You know what I'm saying? And the urge to move on them, it's hard. So you have to resist that. And what I mean by that is this here, man, is that don't play yourself out of pocket, man. You know, in other words, live another day and you'll see tomorrow, man. Just like the dude said in the chat, man, 2 of his homies got killed last night. You know, so being in the wrong place at the wrong time, and right now in today's time, man, every place is the wrong place. It's no good thing as a good neighborhood or a bad neighborhood. Cause that shit can go south at any minute now. And next thing you know, guess what? You'll become a casualty, man. That's just the way the world is, you know, that's what we living in right now, man. So it's kind of like you have to wake up with your head on the swivel and go to sleep with your head on the swivel, man. You know what I'm saying? Because at any minute now, man, shit can go south. So it's like this here. You know, life exists on a chance. Even when you wake up in the morning, you taking a chance, man. So, but resistance, man, can help you see another day. You know what I'm saying? In other words, it's sure, man, if it's anybody in your way, you just keep it pushing, man. Because you can rest for sure on this, man. That in which what happened in life is gonna happen, man. And I'm not saying reap the reward or celebrate it when any of that shit happen. You know what I'm saying? But it's like this here. When shit is in your path, sometimes you just gotta go to take the long way around that shit, man. In other words, you just smile and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like when a person get money and they never had it. And the saying is this: a fool and his money will soon depart, which is a true saying. It's the same saying in life. A fool in life will perish, man. And that's facts. It always happens. So, you know, when you see that shit, even when you hear it, don't react to somebody else's situation. In other words, don't lend your ear to a lot of people, because guess what happens? Your problem becomes their problems. And when you wake up at night or in the morning, you can't even focus on your shit. Why? Because they just gave you 4 hours worth of the shit that they going through. So now you feel a need to address that situation when it ain't your problem. You know what I'm saying? Defend you and your home front. That's enough, man. That's why I'm telling you, I don't wake up with this man problem or that man problems or people down the street problems, right? I only defend my home front and me. And I think if people practice that shit, man, it'll be good, man. You know, in other words, man, you can't bear the burden of everybody, man. You can't carry that motherfucking cross. You can't carry it, man. It's too heavy. You know what I'm saying? In other words, it's a lot of shit I ain't got together. You know what I'm saying? But I'm staying consistent in everyday life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not getting movement confused with progress. What I mean by progress, if you still in the same position you was last year, you ain't made no progress. All you doing is moving. You know what I'm saying? So don't ever get progress confused with movement. Everybody can have movement, but with no progress. And I always do this, man. You have to have something to measure your life up against, man. And I'ma always say that, man. And the way you do that is hold on. Well, man. You know what, man? I keep trying to tell y'all, man. That's what happened in life, man. See them motherfucking disturbances? But that's the shit I be trying to tell you. See how a motherfucker inconvenience you? That's what life is about. But you got to be able to operate through that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you ain't brush your teeth, man. You from the country. You dip that dip too. I know you dip. What kind of dip you dip? If you in that motherfucking country and you out there hunting, you dip. What kind of dip you dip, Jeremy? Yeah, see? I knew you had some type of motherfucking habit. But it's all good because when I was locked up, I dipped too. But just so happened, when I got out of that motherfucker, guess what? This shit all white. That's the advantage when you get free. You can do all that shit. You can get your whole fucking mouth rearranged and set up the way you want to be set up. That's why I say, man, it ain't hard to survive out here, man. You just got to be consistent on an everyday basis, man. You got to have some type of resistance against bullshit, man. In other words, you got to know when to move and when not to move. And everything ain't to be moved on. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at it for what it's worth, you got a lot of people that get movement confused with progress, man. You know, and speaking of progress, you only got a couple more months in 2023. Soon we'll be moving to year 2024. That's what you have to measure your shit up against. Where were you in 2023? And if you're going into 2024 in that same position, you lost that year. If you look in the title, what I said, every day is game 7. Every day is game 7 for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I base my life on a series. As if, you know, I'm playing in the MLB or the NBA Finals. Only thing different with me, they go from game to game. I go from day to day. It's 7 days in a week, right? So every day is game 7 for me. And there's no plan B. It's only plan A with me. And so when you live your life like that, every day is game 7, and you get accustomed to doing the things that you need to do in order for you to make it, man. So keep that in your mind, man. Every day is game 7. You know, we've been on the 32 minutes, man. Say, it's one thing about me. Ain't none of this shit I say practice, man. Ain't none of this shit wrote down. You know what I'm saying? But that's just a gift I have, man. And it ain't no curse. It's a gift, man, to instill confidence in people, man, to let them know, man, hey, it's gonna be all right, man. You know, but don't put off what you can do today for tomorrow, because tomorrow ain't promised, man. You know what I'm saying? It's somebody that's driving home right now that ain't gonna make it home. It's somebody that was driving home that went where they went last night and didn't make it back. And that's the way of the world, man. You know what I'm saying? So pick and choose, man, what you do and how you do it, man. And the only way you're gonna do that, man, you gotta self-evaluate self every day, man. You gotta self-evaluate circles. You know what I'm saying? And you can't move forward if you fucking with people that's still in the same place they was in last year, man. So like I say, man, the word of the day is resistance, man. You know what I'm saying? So resist what you can resist, man, especially if it's gonna get you played out of pocket. In other words, play you out of your position in the free world. That's the shit you need to resist, man. Resistance can play a key part in your life, man. Whether you on the job, off the job, man. Resist those things that doesn't matter or add value to your life, man. Until the morning, every day is game 7, man. Y'all stay up, stay free, and stay blessed up.